Please welcome Colorado gubernatorial candidate Stephen Barlock.
Well, thank you so much for letting me be here. I'd like to appreciate Weston. He's an intern, a youth volunteer, and he's really helping the youth, the conservative youth in Colorado, and he stands up for what we believe in, and that's President Trump's candidacy and hopefully mine. I'm Steve Barlock, and I'm running to be the Republican governor of Colorado. I'm the definition of a Republican in its simplest form. Less government, less taxes. Keep the government out of our business. Keep us safe. Enforce the laws that are fair and just. Make sure the necessities such as water, electric, and housing are available for all. Keep outside establishment regulations from harming our farms and away from our state's natural resources. When I'm asked to define who I am in the party, I state I'm an independent Republican. I believe government should protect our individual freedoms and allow independent men and women to live lives free without being told how to live by the swamp. Last year, voters across the nation agreed they were fed up with the status quo. They wanted to make America great by fighting back against the establishment swamp. Voters gave us our president, Donald Trump. I have heard some of Donald Trump's opponents say, no one man can make America great again. No president, no senator. And my answer to this claim is, they're correct. No one man can do this, not at all. But a movement of millions in support of that one man can. I am proud to be part of the movement that reaches out to all those who want to see the swamp drained. My answer is, in making America great again, it's not just the presidency, but all across the nation, despite scare tactics from Never Trump movement, Republicans have benefited from this movement, which put our president in office. Voters gave Republicans the majority in the House and the Senate, and Republicans now hold over 30 states, legislatures, and governorships. But perhaps most importantly, Trump voters gave us a brilliant man from Colorado to help balance out the liberal activist judges who shred our Constitution and attack our religious freedoms. The appointment of conservative Justice Gorsuch will help secure our freedoms and make America great again for the next generation and beyond. I know that only a true Trumper knows how to talk to the voters of Colorado into riding the Trump train to a Republican governorship. I was an independent, or unaffiliated as they are called, who came over to this great party being very conservative in my outlook. But I came over here because Donald Trump was running for president. I know that independent thinking Coloradoans voted for Proposition 108 so they can have a choice in a two-party system that elects 99.9% of the winners. A true Trumper knows he's the underdog. He's the one they won't take seriously because he's not part of the establishment. But his time has come. We know that 108 will grow the party. We know that growing the party means draining the swamp. We need a Republican governor that is all in for Colorado. As you know, last year I showed up here and supported Donald Trump. I'm the only Republican candidate who is truly loyal to Donald Trump from the very beginning. President Trump is fighting so hard to give us back our state rights. I'm the only candidate that will not only be all in for Colorado, but I will help make America great by doing that. Colorado has been leading the race and become one of our nation's fastest growing states. My cousin, he drives the number 3 Barlock race car throughout the state. Legend series, little cars, a lot of fun. And racing's been a big part of many in my family. But just as any good race leader knows, you can't win on bald tires and an empty tank. You have to slow down and pit. You have to get new tires, get fuel, make adjustments, get back on the track. Because if you don't do that, you won't win. You may crash and burn. You may hurt others and not even finish the race at all. In Colorado, we need to make time in government for a pit stop. Pit stops are about preventing problems before something else goes wrong, so you can continue on with the race. Just like any good pit crew knows, I am not just a problem solver, but a problem avoider. A financially strong and stable Colorado is a key factor in making America great again. First, we need to ensure our debts to our Colorado citizens are able to be paid. If this requires cutting programs and selling assets, so be it. Second, we need to go back to our courts and fight for our water. We cannot subject our citizens and our farmers to a drought caused by a weak government. Our infrastructure has not, thank you. We need farmers to have their water, definitely. Our infrastructure has not been secure for far too long. The swamp, our past Democratic governments have left it unattended for far too long, hoping to use it to leverage projects for their friends. For years, Coloradans have wanted lower taxes and fewer regulations, but the swamp has never looked at it that way. We must protect and strengthen Tabor. Now, once again, I'm Steve Barlock. I'll be up here for a few questions more, but you can find out more information about me and donate, please, at barlockforgovernor.com. That's barlockforgovernor.com. And I just want to say, God bless my family and friends. God bless the United States. God bless our president. And God bless this great Centennial state, Colorado. Thank you.
Hold the mic up, Cliff. Definitely. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody feels as good as I do, and by good, I mean hungover. So, Steve, let's jump right in this.
Sounds great.
And if you could keep your answers concise, I got a good question for the end that I think you'll want to answer.
We'll have a little fun with that.
Well, the people who organized this rally, Colorado Christian University, they have a stake in religious liberty. But as Americans, we believe in liberty for all. So what's the balance between religious liberty and the rights of LGBT Americans?
Well, first of all, for our religious freedom, we have put in, through our new president, Donald Trump, who we elected, conservatives elected President Trump. Don't forget that. We have put in a great Supreme Court Justice, Neil Gorsuch, who is going to fight against the liberalism and make sure religious freedom for the churches is the number one priority, and I'm very happy about that. The state, thank you, the state has to give everybody their individual freedoms, and that's the state's job, to respect the church and other individuals. So the LGBTQ community, we have to respect who they are from the state point of view. But it is up to the church itself, and the church has its religious freedoms because of justices like Neil Gorsuch. And I'm very happy for that, and I can't believe that other competitors of mine, such as Victor Mitchell, voted against having a conservative on the Supreme Court. A vote against Trump was a vote to put a liberal judge that Hillary Clinton had in there. So I'm very happy we have Neil Gorsuch.
But what's the state's role in enforcing discrimination laws that protect LGBTQ Coloradans?
Well, there's one reason the religious freedom is first on the amendments. And that's the only reason. You know, individual rights have to be second.
I think we could talk about this topic for hours.
Definitely.
But let's move on to the others. The biggest issue from the last legislative session was how do we pay for transportation? So how do we pay for transportation? And if we do that from the existing budget, where do we cut? Where do we move money into roads and bridges?
Well, you know, I heard last night the answer to this, and it was a bunch of stats. Now, where are those stats coming from? They're coming from Democratic governments running the state, which is very sad. So I don't trust any of those numbers. All I know is our infrastructure, our education system is being run down by illegal immigration in this state. And we must protect our state taxpayers and stop these sanctuary cities in the state of Colorado.
So you're saying that by cracking down on immigration, we can steer money into roads?
We will help get our budget back on track. Yes, I am.
What budget numbers do you have that show that immigration's busting our budget?
Well, it's just normal. My brother was a school teacher for 16 years. He's taking a little time off because the school system budget is so terrible. And he taught in the Mapleton School District, which was over 85% illegals. Our taxpayer money goes towards education and funds. And we cannot let citizens, or not citizens, people come here and use our infrastructure. Now, to really go back, we have our government, our state government, has invited companies far and wide and given them tax breaks to come here in Colorado. Well, these companies brought millions of people. We've doubled since 80s in our population. And we cannot afford to, we're a great state. We don't need to sell Colorado off. Colorado's not for sale. People will want to come here. So we need to stop giving all these tax breaks to businesses just to come to Colorado. They want to because we're a great state, and we're built on that. Now, the other thing is when we talk about infrastructure, our taxes, our property taxes, are being given away. We're giving rebates on certain energies to supply certain companies money that leaves the state, that goes to globalism. And we need to stop giving tax breaks to these people. When we give a tax break that's not voted for by the people, we undermine the meaning of Tabor.
Well, talking about budgeting and spending, let's talk about Medicaid. The Medicaid rolls have tripled in the last 10 years. It's 40% of our budget now, and regardless of what Republicans in Washington do, the Obamacare match money is going away. So we're either going to have to cut services or find that money somewhere else. How do you fix Medicaid in this state?
As soon as we have a free market and Obamacare is repealed or fails, as soon as we have a free market, hopefully the states will be in charge of that more.
But did that work before we had Obamacare?
Well, it was a lot better before Obamacare. I think it's been a lot worse.
But is that going to create money to take care of people who are going to lose their Medicaid?
I believe it will open up opportunities to a free market system, and the system takes care of itself in a free market environment.
One last question. You talk a lot about Donald Trump. Is Donald Trump going to run this state, or are you going to run this state, and how are you going to do it?
I am running the state, but it is a national movement, and unfortunately, Colorado did not get on that boat. We had dynasty families and hardcore establishment, and I'm going to run Colorado for Colorado. The companies that come in here and take our money and move it to globalist enterprises across the world. When we're going roads, I was very disappointed when I found out foreign companies were the ones making money off the Boulder Turnpike. We are not going to sell our roads to global interests. We are going to make sure we have companies that come to Colorado, build their families in Colorado, and keep their money in Colorado.
Give me your... They like to clap for me. They love the press at the Western Conservative Summit. I know that about conservatives. That's fake news. Globalism. Give me your definition of globalism. Aren't we one world economy? Aren't we one world people?
We are one nation under God, the nation of the United States of America.
So it's us against everybody else.
No, it's not us against everyone
your
else.
definition
But
of
we need to
globalism.
lead by example. We don't need to fund their money. When we left the Paris Accord, I'm so happy because people around the world need to learn how we're being green, and we are being green. To get back to infrastructure, always, protecting our water. We give all these benefits for these big wind turbines, but we need water in Colorado. Denver Water is helping out, doubling 2 of their reservoirs, but they're only doing a small percentage of hydroelectric. Why is that? Hydro is one of the cleanest electricity sources we have, and if we're saving water, we should be able to take advantage of it. They have a system that goes, let's say it's 8% on the electronic meter, and it's only going to go up less than 10% on doubling the size of that reservoir. Something's wrong there. They're supporting other industries, and that's globalization.
Steve, thank you very much. Your answers have been very enlightening, and I'm sure these people who are going to be voting in Colorado next year.
Well, I'm a little different than the average politician. I don't believe in a dynasty running the state of Colorado or throughout America. So hopefully I will speak to conservative Americans who want to be independent.
Thanks, Steve. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Good job.
Not bad.